In 11.5b, we are going to talk about V, or volume of a cylinder. So volume of a cylinder, the formula for that is V equals pi r squared h. V equals pi times r, our radius squared, times h, where B is the base and h is the height. So this here, this right here, this is our base. And h is the height and the radius and r is the radius of the base. So in this case, let's give you an example. So imagine we have a cylinder, like so. And we have a separate cylinder which has the same radius. It's just slanted, and it has the same height, even though it's slanted. So this height is still the same, and this height is still the same. And this radius is the same, and this radius is the same. Technically, these two cylinders, they have the same volume. So let's try it out. We just got to use the units and plug it into our formula. So number one, remember our volume is pi, our radius is 7, so 7 squared, and our height is 9. All we have to do is punch that into the calculator, and it gives us 1,385. Our units is feet. Volume is a three-dimensional figure, so it's feet cubed. Next one, even though the whole line is 10, we only need the radius. The radius is that, in this case, 5, because it's half of 10, so this is 5. So our volume is pi 5 squared times the height, which is 12. Punch that in. Our volume is 942 centimeters cubed. This next one, last one, our volume is pi times 6 squared. Our height is 8. Multiply all that through. That is 905 meters cubed. I'm sorry. Everything's cubed. Now, to find a missing dimension, we put in known lengths, and we solve using algebra. So, for example, if we were given a cylinder, and we know that the radius here is 4. We don't know the height, but they give us the volume as 251 feet cubed, and they just want us to find the height. Well, we can just plug that in and find the missing parts. So that's 251 is our volume, must equal pi times the radius squared, which is 4 squared, times our height. This multiply all the way through is 50.27. H equals 251. Divide both sides by 50.27. Divide by 50.27. Our height is about 5 feet. Okay, let's try it. So number 4, we want to find the missing dimensions. So this gives us volume of 1,600. Our formula is pi times 6 squared times height. Multiply that through. This is 113.1 times our height. 1,600. Divide both sides by 113.1. So our height here is about 14 centimeters. I think I'm just going to switch this equation around. So here, our pi, our radius is x. So x squared times 12, which is our height, must equal 9,000. I'm going to multiply all this through. 12 times pi is 37.7. X squared equals 9,000. Divide by 37.7. Divide by 37.7. X squared is then about 238.73 on the calculator. We need to then square root both sides to actually find what x is. X, or our radius, is about 15.45 centimeters. Last example here, pi r squared. So this is x. Even though this is x, the entire distance is x. Half of it, which is the radius, is x divided by 2, or 1/2 x. Just going to use our formula. So pi 1/2 x squared times 9 must then equal 170. If I square 1/2, that's 1/4. So pi times 1/4 x squared times 9 must equal 170. Multiply 1/4 times pi times 9 gives us 7.07. X squared must equal 170. Divide both sides, pi 0.07.07. X squared is then about 24. Square root both sides. So then x is about 5 centimeters long.